Hey everyone, Hussein here. It's been a long time since I made my last video regarding Uncharted Waters Online, aka UWO. Last time was probably somewhere in 2021, which it has been a long time ago. As primarily to do that, I have been taking a break from the game for years at least, and I want to do something else while streaming on Twitch and try out other games, so I have been gone for a while. In the meantime, a new skill was released in the game so-called Detonics, which many players asked me a question regarding that, and I wasn't even sure about it because I was out of touch by then. And recently I have returned and I saw the skill, and double proficiency was ongoing after the server maintained, so I thought that is a great opportunity to show how to actually grind the skill, which you will see in this video. And in order to get the skill, you can get it from Manchester, from John Case. You need firefighting rank 1 at least, and maritime level 10 as well, unless you have the jobs favoring those, and that will be maritime mentor and military scientist. Military scientist is also a new job skill, and I will link them both under the description, how to get those quests and how you do them. I highly recommend to have it as job favorite, that will make your time easier. Anyways, let's begin with the grind. There are many ways to grind the Detonic skills. Here I will show you two ways. And the first way I do is with Wipeout of the Caribbean's Imperial Contact quest in Santiago. And basically it's basically the same quest that you used, that I and many other Maritimers use to grind evasion. I made a video about it before, alongside with a few other Maritimers who made the same video. The rules are basically the same like with the evasion skill. Don't bring any expensive equipment with you that you equip, and I don't have a rank 10 management, which I will later gonna replace my boots so I meet the requirement. The ship I use is Ancient Galley. It has about 50 armor to so that's at least the minimum you need of your ship, so you can survive cannon fire damage on broadsides. And it is a detonate fire ship skill that I've added on this ship. And basically this allows you, after summoning the fire ship through a Detonic skill that you have acquired, you can trigger the ship skill by making the fire ship explode. You can only use it once in the 90 seconds, I believe. Not sure, I'm just doing commentary while this video is ongoing, so sorry if it is longer than 90 seconds. But yeah, I'm gonna use this ship to grind the tonic skill. That is my setup, as you can see on the custom slots. And an important thing to know, there's also an 8 skill, what is it called? It's called Maneuver Fire Ship. I don't think it's available on any 8s as far as I'm recording this video, although it is possible to get it through certain items that allows you to add that skill, which basically drags down the fire ship towards you instead of being RNG, which can be very helpful, so you can hit as many enemy ships as possible. That is how you gain as many Detonics proficiency, the more you hit them with the fire ship. And the detonate explosion allows you to gain more proficiency. As for the supply, see what you feel like is the best. You don't need as many timbers as you need, but be sure not to have too many munition with you. About 100 to 200 is sufficient in case for emergencies. Now let's head to the location of the quest and let's have some fun with the Detonics skill grind. I have just shown you also what proficiency boosters that I've used, but in case you don't know, I have left the text what I've all brought with me to grind this. Anyways, let's have some fun with those Plunderer fleets. See if they can survive our powerful fire ships that we are about to summon. Enjoy the video. Now, that was the grind of the first method that I've shown to you. As you can see, I have gained about 10,000 provincial Detonics in such a short amount of time, which is very insane. Considering with the bonus event, you can get this grind basically done in several hours if you're doing it right. This was a very fun grind, and this was the first method I want to show. However, there is another way I want to show, which is actually much harder to do, but also very fun to do, and I have discovered something hilarious about it, which you will see in the next part of this video. Now, that was the second method of the Detonics kind that I wanted to show you. I would say this one was significantly harder in terms of survival. It was expected considering how harder the ghost fleets are with the high cannon fire damage they dealt. I would say combined with those in a short amount of time, I almost went up by 2 ranks. Keep in mind that the current max Detonic rank is at rank 12, but who knows, it may go up further later. I want to thank everyone for watching for this video, and hope this will help all of you out. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen, until next time. Bye.